I'm refreshing on my end. I'm refreshing on my end.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another long day of esports drifting here live from Dreamhack Dallas on the floor in the Furman Power Equipment booth. My name is Keenan Kuzin, joined by Joe Piero and all the good lads that shuttle around behind the scenes. And Joe, we have another day of exciting drifting action with a little bit different of a format this time.
Oh, I am so excited. It is 2v2 battles, I believe. Harold explained this to me so many times, Zero, and I'm still looking at him like he's trying to explain to me how to ram a square peg into a round hole. Do you have a little information on exactly how that works?
No.
Okay, cool. Well, it's okay. We'll work it out. I will believe that we will find that very quickly. We can even track down the man, the myth, the legend.
If
Harold
I had to
McKinney.
guess, it's going to be a lot similar to our team event that we did a little bit before, where it's going to be teams of two. So you'll have both drivers go. We have one pro and one content creator per team. And the winner, obviously, will move on. I believe we have one more time to go just pick.
I believe that to be the case as well. So I'm just so excited. There are a lot of names I do recognize here. Some, as we see on screen, Machado, huge fans there. And then a lot of names that I'm personally not familiar with. And I'm very excited to see a lot of new drivers. One of my favorite things about ESDA is getting to know all the drivers. Here at Dreamhack, we actually have our Rookie of the Year last year, Ethan Minima, with that cursed 8.6 Supra thing. And just getting to meet all the drivers, it's great. And I can just cheer for everyone. So I'm so excited to get to learn these new drivers and get to cheer on the drivers that we already know.
We've been doing this year at the Dreamhack booth is not only do we have some racing, gets people familiar with sim racing and the equipment and our partners in Moza and Next Level Racing, but we also have our drift rig here with two Hashira team members, Twisty and Desby, so Ian and Ethan Minima. Ethan Minima obviously won our invitation, as you said, in Atlanta. So it's cool to have them both here, just getting you some base knowledge and getting your feet wet in drifting. There's been a lot of people and a lot of booths at
Dreamhack
and esports events or whatever. They'll sit you in a rig and just let you go. We want you to come off of our booth here at Furman Power Equipment Esports Drift Association, just having learned something, whether you pick something up with racing or you've been able to do donuts, whatever. So being able to see like regular gamers come out of here going, oh, I know a little bit about sim racing now. It's been a huge thing, huge opportunity for us. And again, thank you all very much for joining us. Thanks to Moza Racing. Thank you to Next Level Racing team group as well. And a big shout out, obviously, you can recognize the overlay here, to everybody here at Shadow Realm that are running things behind the scenes. It's been awesome to work with them. And it's cool to be able to finally work on a broadcast with them as well.
Yeah, I've been nothing but excited to work with all these people. I've been nothing but excited to do another one of these tournaments from Dreamhack. It's a little bit more chaotic. It's a little bit more rough around the edges just because we're trying to coordinate in-person events as well as everything else. And again, as Arrow said, if you are at Dreamhack, come on out, say what's up. We've had even a 10-year-old who couldn't even see over the wheel learning the drift yesterday and actually linking corners as well. So it's been awesome. We've been also just having some of our pro drivers show off drift demos as well, so you can see how that footwork works. I've been getting coaching lessons. I still cannot get these cars around the first corner, but I am so excited to watch this happen.
For those at home that think that this venue looks a little bit familiar, welcome back to the Texas Motor Speedway. Obviously used in Formula Drift for a few years. We like to keep it local. We did Atlanta, Road Atlanta. It felt only right to come back here to Texas Motor Speedway. So really quick rundown on this racetrack. Obviously we got our drone camera eye in the sky here. First corner is a very, very, very fast right-hand turn outside zone. You want to kill a little bit of speed, but also maintain speed, because from this point onwards, it's foot to the floor and flat out to your second outer zone and then third outer zone. You need to stay out wide to be able to make the inner clip, or else you dip or your tire onto the grass. Big D-cell, run the wall.
Inner clip to finish the run, Joe. This is always exciting to watch in real life. I can't wait to watch it.
I've been so excited because as soon as Guy said to me there aren't any D-cell zones, I got super excited. I love tracks that are just full commitment, full throttle. We were talking earlier, don't even need to tap the handbrake or even get on the brakes at all. Just add angle and send it. I am so excited for all of these battles. It's gonna be amazing. So, who is our first battle today?
I love when Joe looks at me like I have knowledge, and I
you know
don't.
more than me, man. You know more than me. I am getting all the info in front of me. Excellent. So, Six Shadows and Haug. I'm trying to find our spreadsheet for where we can find all of this information really quick, but I'm on my phone. I no longer have my fast fingers. It is what it is. So I am so excited for this first battle. Are we waiting on anything? I don't even know. I would love to see our first battle.
I think we're good to go. It's just ready for the drivers to be good to go. Getting some last-minute practice laps in here. Again, you can see the big issue here is going to be that it's not. Joe's. Oh, I'm muted. No, I'm not muted. It's not a decel zone, but it's that outside wall. He's right. You don't want to pull on a handbrake there. No foot brake. You just want to pitch the car. But the catch-22 to that is that you have one shot to make that to get that right. And if you miss it, it's basically GG's. It's game over. You're either going to hit the wall, overshoot, undershoot. It is so particular, and the speed is so
I'm so excited. So I do have the brackets in front of me. We're going to have Shadows and Blank up against Haug and Smokey. And then, that's a dangerous combination. Kawain, Ebanks, and Adriel Machado up against Nico Stalia and Hikari. Oh my god.
So I think we maybe he figured it out, but we may have a replacement for Kawain. I know he's having some hardware issues, which is super fortunate. Kawain was at Dreamhack Atlanta last time, also with Team Hashira. Hashira has been an awesome addition to our team here for the weekend. They've been coaching and helping get people going on the dream. So, Taps. Obviously, we have Ethan. We said we had Ethan and Ian this time. So, still Hashira members. Been awesome to have them here. And again, if for whatever reason you're in Dallas or you're in Dream and hanging out with us the first time, we got Cornhole. We got Connect 4. We got a bunch of stinky dudes.
I've been playing a lot of Cornhole. I'm getting really good at it. I've never been to Texas, so that felt like the right thing to be doing. I just go Cornhole, and I have no clue at all. Here, get ready. So trying to get word from the judges if we are ready to go. Let's see.
On the floor Wi-Fi, it's been good all weekend. I'm seeing it in the camera here a little bit now, where it's fighting me now. So. Are you on Wi-Fi?
I'm on mobile.
So I think you're actually better off. Well, hopefully whoever is downloading something in the Bring Your Own PC section cuts it out in the next 5 to 10 minutes. But I think we're finally getting our first battle on there.
No, it will not be. I have our brackets in front of me.
Yeah, we are ready to go. We're just waiting on track staff to be on the same page here. Driver Joachim Hogue, offering him back as well. Obviously, he's an ESDA staple in that Vosen E30. And if you are unfamiliar with sim drifting at all, one of the best places for you to go is Vosen.co. They're cool. Where do I go grab them? And we grab our Pro Pack or Vosen Pro Pack. It's just really cool to be able to send some love over there and to those guys as well.
Okay, so we are getting ready. Awesome. Excellent. So let's get ready to go here. So we are getting Nico, Stalia, and Hart. I do not believe this is the battle. It looks like, okay, it's not a battle yet.
Just got word from the judges that we are good to go. So our first battle should be on the line here.
First, we will have... I don't have enough screen space. I don't have enough screen space, man. Come on, come on.
We're so
there we
prepared.
go.
We're professional.
I don't have There we go. We got Shadows up against Haug in our first
we
battle.
had it made in
That will
Atlanta.
be
We
the
had a
first
bunch of
drivers
PCs.
from each team. I am so excited for this one to happen. As again, our video feed over here is more than a little laggy. Yeah.
I'll see.
Yeah.
Work on that. We speed tested yesterday and everything was fine. And now, oh, maybe if I cuss my
Okay,
phone
there we
right
go.
up there.
I'm seeing Smokey slowly getting up to the line. As I believe our video feed has said, we're not gonna have a video feed. Okay, there we go. We got Walking Hogue up again. I'm getting so excited.
Yeah, we keep thinking battles are coming up to the line, and apparently our professionals are still needing practice. At a track they've had access to for.
We should be here, ready to go here very soon.
Yeah, they're never ready until they're ready, but we should be here, ready to go here very soon. And stoked to be able to have you here. Another awesome thing to announce this week is our partner, Core, huge name of the sport based out of the Atlanta area. A little bit with the team. As we got Joaquin Hogue pulling to the line.
I have to imagine, yeah, as I get my spreadsheet back up.
Realm of good to go.
Yes, I see Hogue getting up there. And 4. Okay, as we are just waiting for our battle to get to the line, I am so excited.
The Wi-Fi may have knock on wood. The Wi-Fi may have come back this time.
Would be nice. Yep, it seems very smooth
Good
and
Lord.
nice right now. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, as Sick is warming on up. I see him getting those tires going. Oh my God, what a beautiful car from the recently released ESDA pack.
Yeah, obviously brand new pack out for us. It was one of the big things that a lot of people last year in Atlanta were asking us, you guys have a car pack, you guys have a car pack. So now, finally got one out there for you to download and try at home. Super stoked about that. And I honestly, I didn't really have a chance to drive in here this weekend. We were too busy working the booth. I can't wait to give them a roll.
Okay.
Unless I just...
Yeah, I think that slowly we are becoming Texans.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a battle to the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a battle to the line. Joaquin Hogue and Six Shadows.
Battle of the day. Your first team of 2.
Your first battle of the day. Your first team of 2.
Ready to send here for our first battle. Sunday competition.
Ready to send here for our first battle. Our Sunday competition. Here at Dreamhack Dallas.
Okay, as we are waiting, they are at the line. There we go, as Walking Hogue in the lead, Six Shadows in the chase, as my stream is freezing, but that E36 was looking really good on the initiation. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I lost my stream. I have to watch on our own stream with the delay. Yeah. Of course, this is the reality of trying to do live events. There's no Wi-Fi, nothing, but my gosh, looking back at this run arrow, so far, I have to say, Walking Hogue, one of our ESDA pro drivers, really threw down, and Shadows just showing on up, really just bringing it up to that E36, which we know is a fast car. We know that car is great. That's a known quantity here over at ESDA, and Six Shadows is killing it. Is SR Shadows Shadow Realm. Who'd have thunk it?
Shadows is
Right? As again, a big shout out to Shadow Realm really helping us out with this stream and supporting this and doing everything we can. So it's great to see one of the drivers ripping out of the booth and just throwing down. So let's see what happens here in run number 2.
All right, here we go, run number 2. Hopefully we get at least a little bit here so we can call this one live. Shadow's in the lead, Joaquim in the chase. He's going to really need to push. Not a good start for Joaquim Ho, dropping back a couple of car lengths. Shadow's taking the proper line here. Again, this part of the track so difficult. Keeping the proximity consistent. Here's a good place for him to push. Joaquim going to go a little bit shallow. Slick Shadows. Slick on the wall. Putting some black paint on that one piece of K-Rail. A little bit shallow, Joe, coming out of the corner, but Joaquim was close, but not quite as close as Slick Shadows. No offense to the Shadow Realm guys, but this might be an upset coming out of the gate.
I have a strong suspicion. Joaquim Hogue just did not have enough angle in the chase compared to how Sick was chasing. I'm going to call him Sick. I hope that's okay with him. Please send me an angry DM, Sick, if that is not okay. But really, what an amazing chase run and really set the tone and then just dialed in with a arguably perfect lead run. No issues whatsoever. And as I got to say, I would be surprised if it goes the other way. But Joaquim Hogue had a solid lead run, but Sick had everything locked and loaded and ready to go.
That run on the wall, Joaquim,
not by much. You saw
just a little bit slower. Not by much. You saw him gain a little bit in the first part of the course, and then really drop back
for him,
towards that one non-acceleration-deceleration zone, which unfortunately for him,
super exciting to watch.
Slick Shadows really
as well. This is
threw it in.
A close call. But,
big angle, super to be a close call,
but
yeah, like you said, Joe, we're not really familiar with the entire grid here,
and
they're
I
making sure that we know where we are at the
excited
end
that
of the
that's
day.
the case. As always, every time that any driver is involved in any of the comps, whenever we announce together, I'll just go and say it. There's always going to be great drivers, and so I'm always excited when there are new names in the grid. As we do have a call on that battle, in fact. Speaking of new drivers, Six Shadows will be moving on, or one at battle is a double elim, I believe. So now, if I am not mistaken, we will now see their teammates battle. So we will have Blank and Smokey go at it. Oh, I'm super, super excited to see that. If this was the first battle of the day, what's going to happen, man?
Yeah, so the cool thing about this tournament, the way we're doing it today, yesterday we had our top 8 of our pros, pro drivers, double elim, which is always fun. But today, instead of that, we're a little bit different. Is we're pairing up a pro-level driver, let's say, with a content creator who maybe doesn't have as much seat time at the pro level. So it's a cool way to show them off, show off their brand and what they're doing for the sim drifting community, as well as the pros who are putting the time in behind the scenes. Obviously, Joaquim, super, super strong driver as well. Anyone with a Vosen logo on the side of their door is able to take an event at any point. So
stoked to see. I'm not familiar
with either of these two drivers personally.
But
But
the first time I saw a driver,
I was not familiar with. They just won out of the game. I'm stoked to see what these two drivers can bring to us.
I'm also having that issue of, do I know them or do I know their screen name a lot of times as well, which I run into often, and that's fine, especially at an event like this. So I see, where is it? Smokey Drift and Blank, literally Blank. So excited to see that. It's a tiny screen in front of me. Are we about to have a super battle, or is that a Mustang in front? Do my eyes deceive me?
Me when I yeah, I
Mustang.
mean they're all
There we go.
yeah. So this is the one car from the pack that I have driven.
Okay.
I know it's kind of a cliche. Rowdy. Rowdy's a really good word for that.
It's very grippy.
It's very grippy.
Twists really like
You feel a lot of C-flex. But we also have a super coming up to the line as well. So it'll be Super versus Mustang. Smokey's going to be in the Supra.
A
guy named Smokey driving a Supra. Where
I
heard that
I don't know, man, but I just keep seeing the color gold. So as we're getting ready, they're getting up to the line here. Both of these cars, I did try the Mustang yesterday. Ethan Minima, our rookie of the year, thought it would be funny to send me out in that, just having barely drifted in the last few months, and I just couldn't keep it on the track. So I'm excited to see Blank. He's going to have to send it pretty hard. The cars need some real manhandling to get around the track, and I am so excited to see this battle.
Battle of our first team up on the board here. Blank going to be in that Mustang, and in chase starting off, it's going to be Smokey. Who's going to be able to pull the win out for their team? Blank in the lead, gap already formed. Smokey's going to have to go a little bit shallow here, and he will. Trying to get to the door of that Mustang. Of course, that's when my wife decides I don't get to
Yes, as again, the Wi-Fi here is
it's been fun all weekend until today. But Smokey still being able to maintain the proximity. Again, big decel area of the track. You only want to use the angle of the car.
Trying to get our stream to end up. Getting ready to go here. Okay, we are lined up. Judging by how the stream went, it looked amazing. Really, for both drivers. I'm just assuming at this point, Aaron, that when our stream stops, we are just going to see excellent drifting. As oh no, I have two cars touching together on a stop screen, and Smokey Drift is off. From what I saw there, it did seem that that Mustang got just a little bit aggressive in that chase, as is what happens on initiation. Because again, you are allowed to use a little bit of a handbrake on that initiation just to get the car settled and ready. And so you have to expect that as the chase driver, and it does seem that unfortunately Blank did not expect that to happen.
Yeah, shades of Orlando last night. A Mustang just pushing a little bit too hard. To anybody who ended up watching Connor Shanahan take his first win in Formula Drift last night, but watching the replay, it's like just didn't get the angle that he was looking that Blank did. Came in the corner a little bit too hot and sent Smokey out into the soccer field here at the Texas Motor Speedway, just outside of the Dallas area in Fort Worth, Texas.
Yes, it is a gorgeous weekend here down at what's the word I'm looking for? Dreamhack. There it is. As we're going on, I have many things in my ear right now. I am going crazy as we are going to wait for a call from our judges. But of course, I think we know what happened there, and I was right on what frames I did see. Smokey takes the win. It has to be due to that contact. You can't get away with punting someone off the track. Usually something like that tends to sway that type of thing. As we're going to take a look at the bracket here. So we have, I believe, does that turn into a team OMT? If we have 1-for-1, yeah. So I believe we're going to see something like that again. Okay, the winner of the content creators will go up against the winner of the pros now. Oh, so now 6. Yeah, so the two winners are going to go up against each other as it was split. Very. Okay, as we're learning, this is excellent. So Sick will be getting ready to go as we are going to get Sick up to the line and Smokey up to the line. So we're going to have Z versus Super Battle. And I'm happy about that.
We can get our feed in a lower quality, maybe, if that will help our situation. I've been trying to fix it on my end, but like the Wi-Fi works for about 3/4, and then
we are getting them warmed up, ready to go here.
As long as we sound good.
Zero is whispering in my ear while I'm trying to talk. I'm gonna hit him. And now I can too, as we are announcing live from Dreamhack again. Sorry about that. Sometimes the stuttering, but we're getting ready here. Six Shadows will be in the lead. Smokey Drift in the chase. And we are ready to go here whenever, as we are off. Six Shadows in the lead, Smokey in the chase. Let's see what MJ. Sick with a great initiation, putting it right on the line. Smokey really fighting for that proximity, but not giving up angle to really get it. Let's see if he can gain on the transition, and he does, getting close. But man, if you would have told me that Sick is on a repeat run, just a copy-pasted run for both runs, that's amazing. Adding that angle to get into that final inside clip, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to say I think someone's going to go all the way today, but I don't see how someone can drive better than that right now.
Shallow and outer zone number 3, but let's not take anything away. This is the pro versus the content creator, and the content creator is still right there, showing that maybe we shouldn't be overlooking these guys. Smokey's going to be leading this time. Let's see what he can do without getting killed by a Mustang in the chase. Slick's already going to go just a little bit shallow to be able to gain a little bit of proximity there. This is about 1 car length when they're going into the fastest part of the course, transitioning right across the bumper of that Supra, maybe lacking a little bit of angle in chase as we go into the big flick of the zone. Smokey running it right out wide. Shadow going a little bit shallower on the line. Joe, this one is going to be close to call.
I think Sick, on top of his perfect lead run, because really, Smokey had a great run, but Sick just adding that extra angle and right at the end was just amazing. But I do think that Smokey threw down, but I think that Sick in the chase really kind of sealed it in there, as I had a great lead run, and then I had really great proximity all the time. Oh my gosh, what an amazing battle. And again, check out these cards. This is the new ESDA pack. You can find it on Vosen, as well as this track after this competition. I believe Dai told me it will be uploaded right after this battle. Not this battle, after this competition, as we are having the judges take a look at it, having a discussion. I know I say this quite often, but I do not envy the judges in this situation whatsoever. Judging is one of the hardest things to do in drifting, because you really do have to keep an eye on everything and try to call same things the same every time. And they are just, with a run like that, the only real issues were proximity in the chase from both drivers, really. And the question is, I kind of think from what I saw, I think Smokey might not have had as much proximity as Sick did, but that's, to me, the only difference. But the judges, I think the judges saw it slightly different, that they are calling an OMT. So we get to see that battle again, and you know what? I am nothing but happy to see that, because the level of driving between those two has been astounding. So let's see another amazing battle between Smokey Drift and Sick Shadows.
On paper, this should have been a slam dunk for Slick Shadows. Getting the upset and winning against Joaquim Hogue, Smokey bringing it back for his pro, and you're going to see these two drivers go one more time. So if you've never seen a one more time in sim drifting before, basically what we just saw, we're going to completely forget it and do it again. Another lead, another chase. But the big difference now, these two drivers, they felt each other out. They know each other, driving a little bit better. They know the speed of the cars they're going up against. They have a little bit more information to use against each other. That's probably a lot of the times when you watch either sim drifting or pro drifting, OMCs where you see some of the craziest battles, some of the hardest driving. So I think both one more time is a great call. It's an excellent call. Both of them had a little bit of mistakes, obviously very minor.
I'm so excited to see this go, as we're getting warmed up, ready to go here. Our stream is getting a little leggy again, as we are up on the line. We're gonna have Sick in the lead, Smokey in the chase. Really gonna be good as we are getting through the gates here. I'm seeing a little bit of it, so I'm gonna be a little bit late on this call just because, and again, we are caught up now. Sick Shadows, amazing angle. Smokey seems to have taken notes from last run as well, and really just stuck it on the door. I do not envy the judges whatsoever after this battle whatsoever.
Obviously, somebody gave out the Wi-Fi password this weekend. Again, we were fine all weekend, and all of a sudden today, so we're watching. As you guys are watching here, Smoke cleaned it up. I think the biggest issue for him was maybe a little bit closer on proximity, more consistently. Still about half of our length, so it could have been a little closer than that, but definitely better than his first run.
Let's see if we can watch this one. So Smokey knows he has the work cut out from very aggressive flick entry. Sick Shadows giving him the space that he needed on that initiation, and then sucking right to that door, and again living up to that name. Sick Shadows right on the door, just matching angle. Sick wants it so bad. Oh, Smokey Drift kind of washing out there and across the line. I think Sick got underneath his, like, he was ready. He's like, I don't want an OMT. Oh my gosh, what a drive.
Good save from Smokey, though, because he was going around for sure. If you see it in the replay, yeah, he is past 90 degrees, goes a little bit wide, and unfortunately that opens the door for Six Shadows to be able to end the run. We say a whole run is the most important part, but if you can end strong and finish with an exclamation point, that's the last thing the judges are going to see, and
what a great battle between the two. Honestly, no matter who does not go on to the next round from this, A, we have a losers bracket, so you can just throw down even more. But B, if I lost driving like that, I know I personally would be happy, but both of these drivers are hungry. You can tell. I don't even know what to say, because honestly, the only thing I could really see was that slight flaw in Smokey's lead. I can't find a single flaw in how he drove. But again, I'm not a judge. I'm not watching from inside the server. I'm not entirely sure what's happening. But I think that Six Shadows really gave a thesis statement to the judges today.
Sure, because we're doing the team style that we're doing.
It is on the bracket.
All right, so Joe came more prepared than I did. So yeah, we will be able to see these guys again. So it's not the end of their day when it comes to drifting.
Yeah, I think it's all going to come towards
I think it's all going to come towards that
Smokey's lead.
Are the judges going to say that that was just part of the slowdown and he made it work? Or is that going to be the nail in the coffin, unfortunately, for Smokey Drift?
I don't know.
Again, really cool angle, looks sick, but just a little bit wide. That really opens the lineup for Slick Shadows to be able to come in and put too much pressure on the door.
Both of these drivers really did bring it. I am so happy to see that happen, just because, oh my gosh, it's like, if everyone's driving this way today, it's only going to get tougher throughout the day. And I don't know at this point how you're going to do better than driving so aggressively that the other person makes a mistake. And I think that that's what we're going to see today, because Smokey did not seem to have a slow initiation whatsoever when they got punted earlier. And the other driver felt like they had to maintain as much speed as possible, just trying to get on up there. We're waiting for a judging call. I really do not, of all the battles I've seen, I do not envy that judging call whatsoever. Turn down the volume on the rig from where I'm sitting, or trying to. Now let's see here. As we do have a call, Six Shadows taking the win, having his team move on. And I would agree with that call. That was a very clear-cut call.
I think that just stems from it looked, like I said, it looked really, really cool. But just leaving the door open for Shadows to be able to come to pressure there in the last corner, I think was the only real deciding factor in that battle. So Smokey Drift going to get a chance to clean that up in the losers bracket. But that will be it for them. They're going to have to do the run back. For anybody who's not familiar with Golden style, also we did that yesterday. But if anybody who's not familiar with double elimination style, you have a loser's bracket and a winner's bracket. So if you lose one, you get a chance to go all the way to the final. But they call it the gauntlet for a reason. One of the toughest things to do in esports. Very, very normal in the fighting game area, in the fighting game scene, but new or uncommon. Let's say I don't think it's new. Uncommon in the drift space. Coming to the line, one of my favorite drivers, Nico, the Wonder Kid, out of Spain. He's been killing it in the offseason. I saw he popped some more bottles for something on his Instagram. Bottles of apple juice, of course. With sparkling apple juice. We would never. I know Spain's got a whole different culture when it comes to wine over there, but no. With Skuko Drift family, he's been driving in real life. His story over the last couple of years has been so fun to follow and so fun to watch. Definitely one of my favorite sim drifters in this space now. He looks like we will be chasing some W. Also, he's driving his E46 in real life. Yes, I said that. So who's not old enough for a license.
I'm getting clarification if Quayne is here or not.
As about noon Central Time, so about an hour ago, we heard from Kawain he had some sort of big technical issue.
Hour ago, we heard from
Kawain
he had some sort of big technical issue on his side.
Was here with us in Atlanta.
Kawain Eubanks obviously was here with us in Atlanta, helping coach. It was wonderful meeting him in person for the first time. We see him full to the line here, but this may end up
as we are
going from a
still
team
waiting
to
for a message back
the team on
about
his
are we
back.
having a buy run or not. Nico Stalia, interesting that he's going to the 180. Yeah.
I'm curious about because he's always been in the BMW, especially this season at ESDA. He's been in the BMW. He drives one in real life. So I'm wondering if he's found something in this S13
As we are
chassis.
again, I'm a big sucker for a SIL 80. Okay, as we are
Just
apparently
waiting on
getting
the-
a sub coming in.
Yeah, so we heard there might be a replacement. We'll see who it is when they end up pulling to the line.
Okay, as we are moving on to the next battle right now, so we are going on to the content creators. So I believe we're seeing Adriel Machado will be coming up to the line.
Yeah, speaking of people who have been around ESDA forever, and speaking of people who have really cool stories in the ESDA space, Machado has been driving with us probably since day one, since we came over to Assetto Corsa. It's been awesome to see him and his improvement. I know in his first couple seasons, he wasn't quite where he wanted to be skill-wise, but I've seen him, he's just, instead of taking it and being discouraged, he just kind of took it on the chin and just been putting in the work and putting in the work and putting in the work. And his driving has been getting better and better and better. He's made him more comfortable in that Mustang. So it's awesome to see him pull up against Hikari.
In a gorgeous
Beautiful.
R35. And again, this will be very interesting because I've seen Hikari drive before on their stream. Very, very good driver. I've seen Adriel Machado drift in ESPA. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to see this battle. And again, both drivers looking great. We are off. Adriel Machado in the lead. Hikari in the chase. Very smooth to angle on the initiation. Adriel Machado driving as I've always seen him drive. Hikari trying to keep up with that Mustang, but Machado, that thing looks hooked up. As we're going through the inside clip, transitioning one final time. Adriel Machado going in, Hikari trying to dive in to get angle across the line, which I would be doing if I was that far back, but I think Six Shadows might have their work cut off if this battle is going to go the way that it may. I'm so excited for the finals today.
Solid start for
finals.
Machado. Sorry to cut you off. Solid start for Machado here. Hikari, a couple mistakes in the chase, missing some zones. This is where Machado struggled in ESDA. Can he put the pressure on? We have another Mustang driver.
Mustang drivers.
Guys, it's just a meme. You don't actually have to hit everybody. That's the big thing about Texas is it's such a fast track. You don't want people to have that gap because it's so hard to make up 2 or 3 car lengths. But Machado, we have to get another look at it. The judges are going to take a look at it. It's more he's trying to put pressure on early on and does not want Hikari to make a mistake to get away from him. Looked like Hikari has a super grippy car. You saw he made some mistakes in his chase, but Machado leaving it in the judge's hands, unfortunately. It's a bummer because he looked great in the lead. Obviously, again, he's like I said, he's been 2-3. It's been a year or so since we've seen Machado in any form of our competition. So,
but unfortunately, Machado left it in the judge's hands, and it was very flagrantly on him for that contact. So Hikari does be taking the win. So now we're going to have Nico Stalia, who's going to have to now go up against our new sub, as I am getting the name up in front of me. Noah STX will be going up against Nico Stalia. So now Noah really has his work cut out for him, especially having to go up against Nico Stalia.
Yeah, Nico has been good ever since we've been familiar with him. And which everybody else in the world, in either sim drifting or real drifting, should be worried because he's only getting better. I don't even think we've seen the prime of him yet. He's podiumed in ESDA as of last season. Again, he's still doing incredibly well in real life as well, which is nuts. He should be at home watching cartoons and eating mac and cheese, and he's out there on the racetrack slaying it. So excited to see what he can do in this maybe new to us, not new to him chassis, and going up against Noah XCX. The name sounds familiar.
It does.
Rings a bell or two to me.
It does.
But we'll have to know how they drive by seeing them out there on the track as we are waiting for either one of these two gentlemen to pull to the line.
Nico's probably just sitting there having fun watching it's Sunday morning cartoons. Probably not morning over there though.
I think it's well, we're an hour behind from where I'm normally at, so that messes me up.
All twisted around
so
today.
I think there's 7. It's probably 8 o'clock, I think, in Spain right now. If I had to guess, 7, 8 o'clock. So
something like that.
Early evening, so still pretty comfortable for the folks over there in Europe. But maybe I don't see anybody else currently in the server that is Noah. Everyone else is here. We are missing one driver. That is the one driver we are looking for.
As they're actively loading in right now, getting ready to go here. As we are taking a look over here at our judging stanchions.
Yeah, while we have a minute, I know we kind of went over it all at the start, but let's thank the people that brought us here. Yes. Obviously, Dreamhack. We did Atlanta last year. We did Dallas this year. It's awesome to be able to bring sim drifting and sim racing in general to a gaming space. So for everybody at Dreamhack who's come and said hello and came and hang out with us, shaked hands, joined our Discord, had some fun, thanks for being a part of this. It's made one of my favorite things to do in the year. So it's been awesome to have you here. And then on top of that, obviously, Furman Power Equipment, we're under their booth right now. So it's been awesome to be working with them. And then here comes the big ones, Next Level Racing, Moza Racing, Team Group, brand new to us for this year, Bosun. Again, you can get our car pack and basically anything worth driving in the Assetto Corsa space on bosun.co.
I can be corrected. I believe Shadow Realms car pack is also there.
Yeah, they're Pro-Am and they're Pro Pack.
Which will work together with the ESDA car, so you even have more cars and chassis to choose with.
Yeah.
It's almost like someone thought about it.
Yeah, it's almost like someone put some thought into that.
Oh, crazy.
And then the big one is Shadow Realm. They're a new partnership for us within the last about year or so. The more we get to know these guys, I can just speak on your behalf here, Joe, but the more we get to know these guys, it's just been super awesome bunch of guys doing great stuff for the community as well, running comps frequently, being able to get new drivers seat time, which is probably one of the hardest things in sim drifting, is just regular comps that are open to everybody just to get some time in and be able to put seat time in, because that's really the only way you're going to learn in a competitive setting. You can jump on a public server and drive with other people, but unless you're in competition with all that weight on your shoulders, it's not the same thing at all. So to be able to work with Shadow Realm, obviously they're doing awesome stuff, and be able to work together, I think it's the match made in heaven. And let's not forget CoroWorks as well.
Of course. A new sponsor for the season.
New sponsor for us as well, new partner for us as well. And I know Greg from CoroWorks, super cool dude. Based out of Atlanta, always awesome to hang out with those guys whenever I ended up making my way down to FD Atlanta. And all the judges here today, everyone who took time out of their weekend, and you watching at home. I do have the chat open in front of me here. I see everybody in here. So thanks for dealing with us. Thanks for bearing with our technical difficulties. Again, we're on the show floor right now. That's the main stage of Dreamhack Dallas right behind us.
It's pretty awesome, and we would like to be doing this more. We're trying to push through it. We're trying, every time we learn a little bit further, just as we're getting through all of these different things. So again, thank you for seeing the vision and standing with us. And again, big thank you to all the sponsors, Shadow Realm, everyone, all the drivers, everyone in chat. Honestly, just being in chat and getting just a higher viewer count to show people that there is interest is all we need. Like that's awesome. If that's the most you can do, great. It doesn't matter. And again, sim drifting is such a small hobby that we all love each other. So really, I cannot say how thankful I am for this opportunity, how thankful I am that we can do a comp like this. I gotta say thank you to Harold McKinney, the leader of ESDA, and just taking ideas and trying to do things such as like team battles, like doing stuff like team battles like this, taking different strategies than just a normal top 32 that we've just kind of gotten used to in drifting, and taking a step back and saying, hey, why aren't we trying other things as well? Let's try to have some fun doing it, as we are taking a quick server reset to add a car onto the server really quick.
I have one more thing to say.
Yes.
Right? It's Harold's birthday today.
Harold's
It's Dai's
birthday.
birthday today. He's
Let's
going to
sing a
be really
birthday song
upset
for
that I'm saying this out
Harold.
loud. But I see a bunch of names in chat. What's up to Slap Happy? We got some old Forza heads here. Falco's sitting right across from me from Blackjack. Mr. Fuji's here today as well. Slap Happy's a name I haven't seen in 10 years.
Yep.
You know, I grew up watching them. It was awesome to be able to shake Falco's hand yesterday and be like, hey, man, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys for doing 10, 15 years ago. But let's get a big happy birthday to Initial Dai in the YouTube chat here if we can. I'm looking at all of you. You're being judged. As hopefully we got all of our drivers in the session.
I'm hoping so.
If not, let's just send Nico and pretend there's another car there. We can use our imagination, our hopes and dreams.
Yes. I did anyone catch FD last night?
That was nuts.
Oh, that was a great
nuts.
final.
We got back to our spot after the Cracker Barrel that did not go well for me. We got back to our spot just as the final started to be able to see how Ireland top two.
Oh my god.
Go on, lads.
And
go on.
That while we were watching it, I was saying to Arrow, this is the kind of drifting I like, where it's, yes, someone at the end of the day cares who wins, but most importantly, they're genuinely just having fun out there. They are, and by having fun, they are just going as hard as they can and driving as best as they can and pushing each other to have a great battle. Because honestly, I think it's way more fun to win a battle that's close and hard fought than just.
I think you pointed out that I think Shanahan had Dean's car as a pin on his hat when he won. So like, yeah, they were just like Dean was like, it's like, wow, that stinks. I want him to win, but he's running away with the points now. And Shanahan in the second round is now a Formula Drift winner. So I mean, if you haven't recognized Ireland as one of the premium spots for drifting in the world right now, it's time to open your eyes. As it's getting harder and harder to die. We got both Shanahans. We got Connor Falvey, who is used to drive with us, who's over in Drift Masters now.
Awesome.
Alan Hines, who's a super talented driver. The skill pool coming out of Ireland right now is a little bit crazy.
Yeah. And personally, I'm just I like watching the cars go by. That's my favorite part all the time. And so, yeah, last round at FD was amazing. I'm excited about DMAC. Drifting's just on the up and up on the sim side as well. So it's just been, I'm just excited to watch all of it. The issue is there's too much motorsports going on right now that's like very enjoyable to watch. And I just simply don't have enough hours in the day.
I consider myself the hotel chair in the drifting world. I just like to watch.
I'm
a big fan of watching. I just like to watch. I'm gonna keep it real 55th Street on that.
Yeah, we're gonna stay pretty 55th Street on that one as we are waiting for this to go. And again, man, what a nice sill, like a sill 80? Is that what we're calling that these days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I've just talked about so many different cars and configurations this weekend.
I was like, that is a sill and an 80. You're right.
It is a sill and an 80. I think that's what it is.
My brain's getting not good.
It's been 2.5 days of just talking nothing but drifting and yelling and get some car names wrong here. So
might be in the Atlanta area. Obviously, we don't have anything confirmed yet. But one of the coolest things I think that we're doing, not to put anybody else down, because there is some other sim racing and virtual race representation here. Obviously, we have drifting. That's something no one else is doing. We have coaching. That's everywhere else. They're putting you in the rig. They're really nice rigs, but just kind of letting you go. Yeah, nice people. Nothing against them. So I don't know if Nico's just getting warmed up here, but I'm sure we'll find out in just a second.
We're just gonna have him get some runs
just
in.
Getting warmed up. I can actually hear our producer now, so I'm hoping that the Wi-Fi has whoever's been downloading. If I continue my sentence, I'll get in trouble. But whoever's been downloading stuff to bring their computer stuff, apparently they're done. So, knock on wood. But yeah, we've had coaches for drifting. I've been coaching racing all weekend with Fuji and Swirly. So to be able to get you in a seat in some equipment that maybe you don't have yet or haven't experienced yet, again, from our partners at Mojo Next Level Racing, and just get some improvement in 10 or 15 minutes has been my favorite part of the weekend. Obviously, I like casting. That's awesome. Drifting's awesome. Hanging out with our team has been great. But the ability to have people that maybe have never even touched anything outside of Mario Kart or Gran Turismo or Forza and sit them in front on a wheel and pedals, and first lap, they're all over the place and crashing. And by the 10, 15 minutes into their session, they're either doing donuts, linking corners, or have shaved 10, 15 seconds off their lap times. I think that's something that's been the most rewarding part of this whole process. So if you've ever been thinking about heading out to a Dreamhack event, especially this one has been a blast. There's been so much to do. I know we kind of walked the floor. You've had a lot more time on the floor than me, but like we've walked the floor a little bit. And I don't think I've even seen most of the convention yet, and it's Sunday. So I know once we're wrapped up here, I'm going to take care of the fact that I've had half a liter of water.
That's good for you.
Yeah, that's the most water I've had all weekend. So we'll take care of that. I'm going to finally go check out the rest of this. Calling it a festival, I think, would be the right word.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go here. Again, getting drivers on in. One of the unfortunate. Okay, Noah has entered the server.
I think I recognize that name before that. I think that's where I recognize that name from.
That would make sense. So we will have.
And somebody's making pizza near us, and this is not nice. All I smell is pizza now.
Yeah, that's
it is
unfair.
Lunchtime, that's fair.
We're getting ready here.
So just some final warm-ups. Obviously, Noah, last-minute replacement. Huge shout-outs to him. Sorry about not getting... I'm feeling so bad for Dwayne. Obviously, he was here in person in Atlanta, not able to drive. This was his big chance to put on a show for those at Dreamhack, but unfortunately, will be bowing out for some sort of technical issue. From what I heard from his PC is it wasn't really fixable today. So
Yeah.
hopefully, in the near future, at least he gets that sorted out. But in his seed, Noah STX is going to be going up against probably one of the most promising young talents in drifting, especially in Europe, Nico Stelia.
Yeah.
And a lot of strong talent in the field here as well, no matter where you look.
Getting them on up here.
As we are getting ready to go here. Again, slight delay. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's been awesome, whether you've been here in person or in the chat or however you've been interacting. Thanks for supporting us and what we do at ESDA. We all have a vision. We all want to see, one of our rigs up on one of these stages at some point. So it's cool to have some people who are either in the chat or have experienced drifting and sim drifting for the first time this weekend. But no, man, that is cool. That is something that we would love to see supported and represented at, again, what I would call basically an esports festival.
Yes, so excited. Getting ready. So we will have
Two.
Yeah. I have no idea what's going on stage right now, but
no, I'm gonna pretend they're cheering for us.
Yeah, they're cheering for us. Anyway, I'm cheering because Nico Stelia up to the line, and we have Noah in the server getting him ready. Getting ready to go here. There we go. Okay, so Noah, basically no real warm up, no nothing up against Nico Stelia, who's looking hot. Here we go, Nico Stelia ripping out of the gate. Noah trying to get up onto that door as best as he can, but Nico Stelia is now officially doing Nico Stelia things. If I was Noah, I would have taken the restart on that.
Gone,
He is gone. He is checked out as Noah. There we go, getting on in, throwing that Mustang as best as he can at Nico. So Nico now knowing, I have nothing to do now but just keep it smooth. He knows he's going up against a driver who just arrived to drive, didn't have time to warm up. That's no shade on Noah whatsoever. He just didn't have, he just did not have any form of warm-up available to him. So
this is a mountain to climb for Noah. Let's see if we can do this lead position. Nico Stelia in the chase in the S13. A little bit wide from Noah. He's in the grass. Can he bring it back? Yes, he can. The run will continue. Still a big deficit for Noah, but not impossible as Nico Stalia trying to put the pressure on Noah SDX. Oh, run on the wall. Nice job from Noah. If that's how he's going out with a bang. Obviously, he's going to be able to get another one in the loser's bracket, but this is only the first of the two. Oh, no, this is the pros. I'm dumb.
Yeah, this is the pros. Nico is not a content creator, to my knowledge, really. Okay.
So go check him out on Instagram.
But I think Nico still just really was. He let it get going and just sat on it and then rested and didn't take an unnecessary risk. That's the most important part. It really is. Because once you know you have it locked in, why go 10-10s? Of course, like, that's more fun. But if you really genuinely want to win, just dial it down to 9, bring it home. Finish first. First, you must finish. And I think that he really did have that go.
Biggest issue in my experience watching him as a driver, as he's really, really good, obviously, but he just, when it needs to turn it up from 9 to 10, it's like that's kind of where he's a little, I wouldn't say uncomfortable, but maybe at the time inexperienced.
As I do have a call here.
And they're so excited about it.
Too. Nico Stalia takes the win unanimously. So Nico and Hikari move on to the final round. But first, we are moving on over to our losers bracket. Oh, I'm excited for this battle. We're going to have, let me get my spreadsheet up. I'm so sorry I'm on my phone all the time, everyone. I have so many screens I usually announce.
Yeah.
So,
we expected some equipment that is not here. Currently here. So we're kind of making the best of it.
The team of Hogan Smokey up against Noah XTX and Machado. So up first, Smokey against Machado.
Hogan Smokey sounds like a sandwich shop.
Sounds like a buddy cop from the buddy cop movie from the 70s.
Absolutely.
Dude, I'll be Hogan if you're Smokey. Anyway, no, we don't have to. They're here.
Lights out. Our lights are going to be out here again. Adriel Machado trying to prove what he can do in the chase position in that Mustang. Smokey Drip has only one mistake of the day. Adriel, you see, giving a little bit more of a gap to Smokey, maybe a little bit wide on that first outer zone. Here comes the fastest part of the course. They have to keep their speed up. See Adriel coming off the zone a little bit early to be able to stay on the door of Smokey Drip. Does Smokey run the wall? Not quite, but still big angle, nice and smooth. He's going to cut into that inner clip. Machado, really smart line because he closed the gap just a little bit. But I would say just by a little bit, I think Smokey, just his confidence in the lead. Machado had to sacrifice not a lot, just a little bit in that chase position. But now I think where Adriel's way more comfortable is the lead position.
As we are ready, here we go. Adriel did leave a little bit on that chase. So let's see here what he has now. I know that Mustang's fast. I know Adriel's locked in. Let's see what Smokey can do to bring it to him. And Smokey, no fear whatsoever. Door to door on the initiation. It looked a little bit funky, but my gosh, did he, the full commitment on that, and Smokey not giving Adriel an inch or a mile, really getting right on there. Bigger angle in chase going on in, tucking right on in. Adriel Machado with an amazing lead run. But golly gee willikers, Keenan. What a chase from Smokey.
Smokey has the stream open. He went, those guys, I'm going to show those guys. Because as soon as he made that one mistake, he has not put a foot wrong since.
Yes.
Super exciting push into that last outer zone. Really dynamic. I know I'm just saying adjectives, which is like my...
That's fine.
That is a pet peeve of mine.
We'll get through it.
But it's true. Like, it was a really fun run to watch in the chase. Nice, good pressure. Machado, good leads. Good chases have to breed from good leads. Adriel, nice and consistent. Just needed to be a little bit closer on the side of the run. I understand why he left a little bit of a gap, because obviously the contact in his first run, but that may be what put the nail in the coffin here.
Yeah, really. It's he played it easy, but the question is, did he go too easy? And that, again, that's competition, and especially in drifting, it's so, your runs are so short to take that gamble of playing it safe. And it's crazy that it's a gamble to play it safe, but to do that really just says a lot about drifting. Like, it's kind of like in the Indy 500. Yeah, exactly what this last lap, but oh my gosh. So we have a split decision. OMT, 2 votes, 1 for Smokey. So we're going to get to see it again. Right. And both of these drivers, every run they've done, they've been more and more dialed in. So I fear what this OMT battle brings.
Yeah, and it's to take on what Bruno Ventura in the chat said. I just like to see Adriel back. We don't see too much of him anymore. So I'm stoked to see he's still out there, still having fun. Obviously, if you are a viewer that is Brazilian, Portuguese, he does a lot of stuff. He does FD watch parties. He's a super cool voice of the drifting community for our Portuguese fans. So go check him out as well. Check out all of our content creators because we wouldn't have invited them if they weren't cool. So
exactly, really, like I was stoked when I saw Hikari was here. I lurk in that chat all the time. I'm just a lurker on Twitch. I'm gonna be honest, everyone. I'm so sorry. I like to watch.
He likes to watch.
But again, it's awesome to see that they're here now competing as well. So I get to see them drive in a competitive setting as well. And it's just really cool because to me, I like motorsports because you can do it in all different ways. And even in drifting, competitive versus casual, both are great. And I think the real trick is to have both.
All right. See if Machado can put the pieces together. Got a little bit too aggressive and was a little bit too careful. So let's see if he can put the pieces together here in this one more time battle. Smokey Drift in the lead in the Supra. Adriel Machado in the chase in the Mustang. Much better job from Adriel, but he makes the same mistake, but they're able to stay in it. Machado getting on the door. Smokey Drift, but Smokey is not afraid to keep that car going and pointed forward. Does Adriel make the same mistake here in the slight decel? No, he's gonna. Oh, Smokey goes wide. Smokey's wide in the corner, and that gives Adriel nowhere to go. So we saw this video last night. That was a little bit spaghetti.
Yeah, a little spaghetti. Spooked him. Spaghetti. Smokey did right before we have the stream on, so I get to watch the replay a little bit after. It looked like Smokey added more angle and did lose some speed before Machado got into there. But the question for the judges is that acceptable to do as the leader if you're just adding more angle? You're not decelerating, you're in the gas. So we'll see how they call that because I honestly, as a judge, I'd be having a discussion about that both ways.
Yeah. We're going to go for our second run here. Machado now in the lead. He's going to need a lead of a lifetime to make sure he tries to not leave it in the judge's hands. But Smokey got to do the same thing in the chase. Really aggressive start to Smokey. He's going to skip that second outer zone right to the door. He's almost got more angle than Machado. Machado trying to run away, but Smokey's got him by the throat as they go into the last corner. Machado's on a slightly tighter line, but Smokey Drift, my man, is at home in the chase position.
Both drivers driving like they think they won that last battle and trying to make sure that they think it is not in the judges' hands. Oh my gosh. What a battle. What a run. Really, Adriel Machado, his lead runs today have been something else. Maybe not the most angle that we've seen today, but they are so consistent and so quick. I wouldn't say that I think that they were super low angle even, but just a very, very solid. If I was doing 2 qualifying runs, that would be my banker run. Yes.
I mean, there's a world where this goes OMT again. Obviously, Smokey had some issues in his lead. He tried to throw the angle and just did not quite put the brakes on, which choked up Adriel. Adriel ended up making a little bit of contact as well. Adriel's they're excited about it. Adriel, solid lead, but Smokey had to sacrifice just a little bit to not run away. My coolest part about that was that Adriel was not pulling as much angle. Smokey had just a little, it wasn't much, just a little bit more, and was still right there. So, I mean, I know I'm feeling some type of way, but there's definitely an argument to be made for more than one call here.
Yeah, definitely. If I was a judge, I would be looking at exactly that. What's the word I'm looking for? Exactly that content, because again, you have to have the like ethical. I don't know if it's ethical, but the moral. I don't know the baseline discussion of is adding more angle mid run in the leader as a chase. Are you obligated to really match that, or can you just assume that like that's going to be contact and that will be on the leader and that's okay?
I think the issue is like obviously there was a little contact. They all stayed in it. I think the big issue, the only reason that it's in the conversation is that Smokey went wide.
Yes.
He pulled a big angle, which is what you want to do there on that last outer zone, and just pushed really wide and then kind of choked up Angel and gave him nowhere to go. If Smokey would have made that corner nice and smooth, we would have had a call already. I think judges just looking into that, deliberating about that, and seeing if that is enough to, I wouldn't say it's what's sway it in Adriel's way.
No.
But it's just a conversation of, that's the only difficulty I think in judging right now.
Yeah.
Is did that because he went wide and then cut in tight, and Adrian was on the right
Yeah,
line.
I think that, and then adding angle in the middle of an outside zone on a track where there are no decel zones,
Yes.
that's going to be a tough discussion both ways.
I think that corner is probably what they're talking about right now.
Yeah, for
if I
sure.
had to guess.
Because again, in drifting, contact isn't always on the chase. If the lead driver does lose speed outside of a decel zone, a momentum zone, if you will, if a driver loses speed outside of those and at a track where there is none, then the contact in theory is on the lead driver as well. So I could see that call going both ways. Okay, all three judges disagree on what that call is. We have a three-way split OMT. One for one driver, one for the other, one in the middle. And I totally can see why. Again, that just adding angle, great, good.
Yeah.
On a qualifying run, great. But you do lose speed, and the chase driver's not expecting it when you're that close. Sometimes, you're gonna get run into if you add more angle.
Again, like we're going really quick here. That's why I cut you off.
Yep.
Adriel made no mistakes in his lead. I think that's the only reason that probably that was so split and that went one more time. The Smokey had went wide in his chase or in his lead, was made Adriel make that mistake. If that had not happened, Smokey all day. That last corner in Smokey's lead is the only reason that put that in the judges' hands. They are going OMT again. They both need to clean up their little mistakes. Adriel needs to be aggressive, but not timid. And Smokey needs to. He's putting on a lot of sauce. He needs to pull some of the sauce.
Let's see here. Here we go. Smokey in the lead. Adriel more speed. So Smokey again, not adding the angle like he did last time. Both drivers have learned exactly what the issue is. So now this is really great. Smokey putting crazy angle on Adriel, not matching it as much. Smokey really saying, judges, you want a lead run, I'll show you a lead run. And Adriel making sure there is no contact, getting really, really great proximity on that right across the line. But I think that there was overall right now after that first run, I think slight advantage Smokey.
As you can see from Adriel in the chase, I think there's a lot of speed in that Supra. He just didn't quite have the angle. Ended up missing a lot of outer zones.
Here we go.
It's Machado now in the lead. Smokey again. He's been really good in the chase position. He just needs to be consistent. He tries to push a little bit too hard, and that's where we've been seeing those mistakes. Why we keep getting one more time. Machado putting on a great lead right now with Smokey in the big angle from Adriel Machado as Smokey drift gonna push into the pocket. Matching the angle, a solid end Smokey, and that should be the final nail in the coffin to break
I want
the
to point out a
stalemate.
few things from that run that I found very interesting. Smokey almost always had more angle in both the lead and the chase until the last corner. And Adriel Machado noticed that and just didn't have as much angle in his lead run. And then all of a sudden that last one just really, really threw it in there, dialed in, trying to do anything because he knows Smokey's on it.
I'd reckon that the Supra is a bit lighter of a car, and if that has enough mechanical grip tuned into it, then Machado's got a bit heavier car. He's got a little bit more weight on his shoulders theoretically. No pun
We got a call already. I think we know Smokey does take that win.
That was a war.
He definitely. That was war, and he went for it again. Both drivers were making little things, but the best part was both drivers were listening to the judging calls of why it went that way and fixing those problems. And it just got closer and closer and closer so Smokey beat Adrian Machado, but now we got Walking Hogue, Angle Master up against Noah STX. Again, not as much warm up as he would like. So Joaquin's probably going to be feeling pretty good coming into this. Noah's probably going to be just driving as hard as he knows how to. And I got to say, this E30, I've loved watching it all weekend. So what a great battle we're about to see.
Joaquin's coming off a loss, unfortunately, but usually that only fuels a driver. And then Noah, we talked about it a bit earlier, last minute replacement for Coane Ebanks. No practice. I think I saw maybe 3 warm-up runs. Again, this is not a new track. This is a track that they're familiar with. But it's a lot to learn to be able to go, all right, I'm competition ready. So props for just Noah being here. And if he can go toe-to-toe with Joaquim. I think that's a win in his book, as Joaquim warming him up in the Vosen E30. Again, we're so used to seeing this car in competition in the Esports Drift Association main season. If you haven't followed what we're doing this season, totally new format. We're doing it basically in regions, and we want the best drivers from all the regions to complete in our grand final at the end of the year. Our first event for APAC, which is the Asian Pacific and then Australia region, should be coming up towards the end of the month. So stay tuned for that.
Again, super excited for that. And again, just another way to try and enjoy drifting over a season, as opposed to having a Formula Drift or DMEC approach where all the drivers are at all the rounds, basically. So of course, some changes, but we're taking more of like a final bout approach where there are qualifiers and then we go to the main event. And honestly, that gets more drive time for everyone as well. And I think that's the best part. More battles, more drive time, more awesome battles to watch for the viewers, and honestly, just more fun driving pixel cars.
And in theory, it's you're supporting your region's local scene, right? So if you're like, we're based in North America, or all of our staff is North American based. So for using that to get into the North America final, you would run stuff like Shadow Realm, and you would support your local, smaller and more entry-level stuff to be able to go up more. That's kind of the idea. A rising tide floats all ships. Is that how it goes? Something like that.
Growing tide raises even the low, raises all ships. Yeah. Something like that. I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? So if we all eat, we're all eating good. So that's kind of been the idea. We want to see the best people from each region and kind of help promote competition in those regions as well.
As we have the smallest car on the grid grading up with the biggest car on the grid, Joaquim is going to have a very fun time chasing, I think, for sure. But first, we are going to start with this lead run from Joaquim Hope. And honestly, this is what he's really good at. Noah just going to make sure he doesn't make contact, and we'll see what happens here as I have dropped to a 1 frame. We are stopped. There we go. As Noah STX clipping into Joaquim's door. But Joaquim Hope really good on the transition again. Noah, no, not a care in the world. Joaquim adding too much angle as I'm going to peek over my shoulder for my instant replay as we're getting there. My God, what a run from Noah. That was insanity, really doing well. I think there might have been a tiny
I think he just went in the grass. Yeah, you think he just went a little wide, and then the car over-rotated. That's kind of a catch-22, Joe, of having a smaller wheelbase. It snaps. Is that it snaps?
Yeah.
I don't know if he caught a little bit of the grass there, but Joaquim Hope just pitching it a bit too hard. Door open for Noah to take an upset victory here.
Yeah, really great driving ball. So far, there's only one real point of interest, and we'll have to take a look at that later. But Noah STX in the lead, Joaquim in the chase. Let's throw it in. Noah, big angle, looking good, but Joaquim just sucking on in, and now we see where the Mustang really shines and where that E30 has historically been weak, just putting down power. As Joaquim just loves that E30. It's gorgeous. It holds great angle at the tight tracks. It's great, but it looks like he's really struggling to keep up with something like a Mustang at a track like this, and he does by the end of the track as he tightens up. But my gosh, Noah, not on a lot of practice, not on a lot of warm-up, really settling in quick. I fear that I don't know how I would call this run, but I do think that, I think I do know how I'd call this run overall. I would want to take a look at one more thing as we do have a call. Yep.
Look at the boys.
There we go. They're having fun. Both drivers stoked on it for sure. As we do have a unanimous vote. Noah wins all 3 votes. Pretty straightforward call on that. Of course, Joaquim Hope, great driver, really cool dude. Amazing drive, but that car it doesn't have the speed at the longer corners, and that's just the case, and has been for a long time. As I'm going to pull up my bracket again.
I think that's the issue too. Is he put a little bit of the car? You could almost see the front wheel kind of lifting up a bit, and I think that's what killed. I know Andy Haitley was a driver in the E30 in FD. Had same issues. A little bit short of a wheelbase, jumped in the E46, and all of a sudden he makes his way up to pro. So we've seen that car cook before. It just be maybe some time in the lab to set up. See what
the echo is probably coming from one of our microphones, as we are not used to sitting right next to each other while we're announcing. I'm trying to block it as best as I can, but here we go. So we're gonna have what a battle we're about to have. Smokey up against Noah. Smokey just is terrified of the crowd's loving it.
The crowd's loving it.
Smokey freaking out here, getting He just did Mustang after Mustang. Mustang after Mustang. And they've all made contact with him, too.
Had a faultless Mustang run as the crowd sees them pulling up to the line. I'm joking. That's not for us. The crowd sees them pulling up to the line. Noah SDX going to be in the chase. Smokey in the lead. That's where Smokey's been making mistakes today. Noah's been putting in, I wouldn't say incredible chases, but solid. So both these drivers need to pick up just a little bit if they want to make sure they nail it down for their respective
As
teams.
we are getting ready. Smokey in the lead. Noah in the chase. Let's see if Noah will keep that nose out of that car. Didn't these two battle early? And there we go. Noah taking it really easy on that. And here we go. Getting right about Noah there. Noah has learned. Take it easy on the initiation to stick it on it. Smokey not caring who's behind him whatsoever. I think he's run the same lead run almost every run this time. As we're just getting crazy. And there we go across the line. Again, Smokey with basically flawless lead runs. I'm sorry if you can't hear me over all of this going on. But my God, what a battle it is. As now Noah gonna have to take on Smokey in the chase. And Smokey's been nothing but aggressive in the chase as well, Arrow.
Really good job from Smokey to clean up his problem areas. He killed the speed without really flicking too hard. Nice job through there. Good recovery. Snow is now in the lead. We're going to see what he can do as the crowd's losing their minds. Smokey trying to put the pressure on Noah SDX. Noah looking really good for having absolutely no warm-up at all. Replacing Kuwait at the last minute. Smokey knows he has to send it now, putting pressure on the door of that Mustang, maybe a little bit early off that last outer zone of Noah SDX, but Smokey, again, where he's been comfortable all day, right in your shadow.
As again, the crowd goes wild. What a good run from both drivers. Oh my gosh, I could genuinely see this going either way. Again, I can't point out anything special whatsoever.
Yeah. When in doubt, just steal everyone's crowd noise. It's fine. We're borrowing. It's all good.
Yep. As we did just get our call here, Smokey taking the win and moving on. So he will go on. He and his teammate will go on to compete for third place later. So now we're gonna move right back and ready to go here. As we are moving on now back to the thing. So now we get, oh, what a battle. Six Shadows up against Nico. Both drivers who have been doing nothing but driving amazing.
Probably our two strongest pros of the day. Again, Shadow's a new name to us over here, but has immediately proved why he's in the pro bracket. And Nico Stilia, again, he's like a wine. He's only getting better with age. The more seat time and the more time that driver has behind the wheel, he's just getting stronger and stronger. Shouldn't be, again, as the chat saying, no slight to know at all. He had no prep, realistically, it was a fool's errand. And he still came out here, still put on a good show. Let's give a big shout out to Noah SDX in the chat if we can possibly can. Thank very much, Noah. And hopefully, we'll see you on our next endeavor here at Dreamhack with ESDA and Furman Power Equipment.
As we are getting here, Six Shadows in the lead, Nico in the chase. Both drivers ready to rip here. Sick having sat since the first battle of the day too, so maybe a little cold in the hands, but we'll see here. But with the way they're driving earlier, we're getting ready to go. Oh my gosh, Six Shadows, amazing initiation. Nico, no chill whatsoever. Both drivers, they're both doing exactly what they need to be doing. Nico not matching angle as much as he might be able to, but Sick, really, again, these are the best lead runs I have seen all day.
But Nico Stilia, it almost looks robotic. Super smooth, no mistakes in the chase. Maybe a little bit more angle for Nico Stilia, but that's his style. He sacrifices a little bit of angle to make sure he's putting pressure on in the chase position.
Yes, as we are getting ready to go. But, okay, so here we go. Nico in the lead, Sick in the chase. Getting ready to go here. Lined on up. There we go. So Nico with a very solid lead, but Sick has been on a different. Maybe a little too early for that transition. Nico historically very good right here on the track. Is Sick reels him right back in, putting more angle in. I don't think there was contact whatsoever as Nico leading there. Oh my gosh, what a battle.
From Slick Shadows in the chase. Obviously, again, I think he was listening to the stream. That transition right across the bumper, bending the tubes of Nico Celia as the crowd goes wild in the background of that chase position. Maybe not as strong of a start as Nico's chase run, but a strong finish. And both had very, 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 very good leads. This one is going to be sweaty for the judging team.
We are getting here. So I don't know, but I have a feeling, loved watching Nico drive, but Sick has just been on a different level all of today. I don't know. That last little bit from Sick, again, I don't know if a judge will be happy with. You're supposed to mimic the leader. If you have more angle than the leader, can you really say you're mimicking the leader? I get, yeah, it's cool that you can sit behind him at more angle. But at the end of the day, is that actually what the judges want? And again, I haven't had a discussion with the judges today about that. Sometimes they'll note that they don't mind it or they do, but I just don't know which way we're going.
One of the biggest dunks in drifting is if you can see the car behind you pulling more angle and you still have the proximity and you still have the line. You didn't have to sacrifice the line. That's one of the biggest, I think, other than the pass.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So that's still solid. It's going to be a tough call for the judges. Again, we're winding down here already. Super quick run through. The crowd's stoked about it.
Yep.
I have no idea what's going on. Again, we are right
here.
The Dreamhack main stage here at Dreamhack Dallas with Furman Power Equipment. Again, thank you to everybody who supported us off the bat. Before we get a judging call, Shadow Run with all the help behind the scenes has been incredible. And our sponsors, our supporters, Moza Racing, Next Level Racing, brand new team group, Cowork, Bosun, and everybody who's been online here at the booth that's coming high or behind the scenes. It's been a huge group of people behind the scenes to get this to work today. It's been incredible to have all you guys here.
Ready to go. We do have a call at OMT. It has to be that, as I said earlier, maybe don't over angle the leader. Because again, you're not mimicking them. Nico had a little bit less than the leader. Sick had a little bit more than the leader. So we are getting ready to go.
Battle of this OMG. Slick Shadows in the lead. Nico Celia in chase. Nico trying to, and then Mary's right to the door of Slick Shadows as our Wi-Fi gets eaten up by all the nerds behind us. As we try, Nico again, just the thorn and Slick shot side. Right there, going a little bit shallow on the line, still getting to the zone. Not quite matching the angle of Slick Shadows, but putting some purple paint on that black and blue 400 is Nico Celia. Again, I personally, Joe, I think that was the big difference.
Yep.
More exciting of an end, but maybe a little bit farther away at the start. Nico was consistent and chased the whole way around.
Sick, again, just with the great lead run. And let's see if Sick can really just dial in and mimic, because that's what he has to do. And now he knows that's what he has to do. But all drivers have been amazing at listening to judging calls. So here we go. Nico in the lead. Great angle. Sick. There we go. Mimicking the angle perfectly. Getting right up on that door. And he says, look, if that was the issue, fine. I'll not have the angle, and I will just get even more proximity, as I think they have touch after every transition, and not in a bad way. As again, Sick, again, you can see he dialed it back just enough, tucked it right on Nico's door, and Nico did everything he had to do.
That's Slick Shadows.
Yeah, I don't know. I've
He's
never
a bad
seen,
man. He's done some bad things.
I've never seen him drive before today, and I am shook. That, like, really, he has been driving so strong today. I don't know if he practiced or not, but I'm going to assume he did, and I'm going to say it shows. I'm going to say it shows. Otherwise, we might as well all pack it up if he didn't practice. Like, really.
I think Nico, it was almost the opposite, where Nico had like a really consistent run, needed to push a little bit more, lacked a little bit of the angle. At least just didn't chase for chase. Slick maybe didn't start off quite as hot, but by towards the end of the first zone, he was, as Chewy's saying in the chat, locked in.
Yeah, really, really good driving from both drivers. And you know what? I'll take an OMT anytime it means that I get to see a battle. Who can deal with it, sir? We are getting ready here. Again, the judges taking a look at it, making sure they make the right call. And when the battles get this good, it is hard to make a call. Because again, if no one makes a mistake and everyone drives great, it's really what else is there to judge on? And again, I think the biggest thing is in the leads here because both drivers drove great in the chase. I think it's the lead. And personally, Sick has just had these slick. I don't know. My eyes are terrible. We are getting ready, but I do think that Sick has been on one.
I think it's just going to come down to consistency of the chases. Are they going to reward Nico being in chase with the proximity the whole way around the course? Or are they going to reward Slick for again? It wasn't as bad as I'm making it sound, but a little bit timid on the first half of that zone and then pushing in. Obviously, you have the leads to go off of as well, but just in chases, it's very, very close to see where that's going to go. Again, Nico Slia, one of our staples of ESDA. It's awesome to see him out here competing. It's always a treat to watch him drive, and just every time I see him drive, Joe, you see a little bit of aspect of his game. It improves a little bit more.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, there we go. We do have a call. Sick Shadows does take the win again. He seems unstoppable today. Really, genuinely. And I can see why. He's been driving borderline, dare I say perfect, but really, like, unflappable.
We're going to go and see if they can go all the way with Slick Shadows, but if that's the way he's been driving, his chase needed to be cleaned up a little bit. He went aight, and then went and did it. To the line now. Blank in the big Mustang fans here in Dallas. Blank in the Mustang. Pulling up to the line. We have not had a Mustang battle today that has not had some sort of calamity.
That is accurate.
Hikari, both these guys have something to prove. Hikari left a lot on the table in his last chase, and Blank, again, with that issue in his chase. This is go or go home for your two content creators.
Yeah, I'm very excited here. Again, what a gorgeous R35, really. That livery. I don't know. I want to, look at it just from still so I can actually appreciate, but let's go here. Blank in the lead, Hikari in the chase. Let's see here as we are throwing it on in. Hikari not scared about that Mustang whatsoever, taking a little angle out and a little wobble to try and maintain proximity, but Blank looking very locked in. And again, as I pointed out earlier, those Mustangs today are just get to angle and sit. It seems like a track this open really suits a car like that. As we are going through here and across the line, Blank unflappable. Hikari might need a little bit more proximity, but that was really it. So now let's see here. Hikari's gonna have to really turn on the lead and hope that K can force an error out of Blank.
Hikari really struggling to keep that car on the door of Blank. You see him missing a couple of zone there, backing some angle to see if he can keep that on the lead position. And this will be his strongest. No, you Wi-Fi! No!
And there we go.
No, we're back. Oh, and then there we go. Big issue again. Blank maybe making a little bit of contact with Hikari, but Hikari stays in it. Blank's going to have a ton of time to try to catch up over the course of this run now. He's going to have to skip his on Hikari towards the back half of the run. Hikari maybe a little bit wide on that last inner clip. It is going to come down to the contact in that first outer zone, whether it is Hikari who is overslowed. Hikari has been the slower vehicle, I'd say, of the two. It seems a lot of the pro cars and the pro pack cars, a little bit of a difference in speed there.
A little difference in speed, but also so far today, the judges have only penalized the chase driver in the initiation, even if the lead driver is the slower driver. So we have to assume that that will maintain here as well. That's just my guess right now. But again, Hikari with a very, very clean run and exactly what they needed from their run. My gosh. No,
both drivers kind of leave it a little bit on the table. Hikari taking some big sacrifices in their chase to be able to stay on the door of Blank. Blank making contact.
Okay, so that last run, there was cone contact, and they were trying to reset them before they even initiated.
Catch
we are
P,
doing it
guys!
again. That run did
Please!
not count. It was done before they even got to the first corner. And here we go. We are here again. No cones. Contact as we are getting ready. And of course, our video feed gets a little bit choppy right as they are initiation. As they both got out of the first corner, we see, and here we go. We're live again. As Hikari through the transition, looking very good. Blank doing very, very good and trying to stay on the door, but being very respectful with proximity. 2 drops though, and Hikari sneaking an inside drop in almost as we're getting across the line. Oh my gosh.
At the end there, it seemed like it was going all good for both of them. And then getting into that last, probably the hardest part of the course is just getting there. The car, Blank going way wide, touching the wall, but 1 tire off. Hikari, opposite problem, going in a little bit early, maybe 1 tire off in the, so possibly evening out as we move into the second run.
Hey, we do have a call. Blank Shadows takes the win, as would make sense just with that proximity on the second run versus the rerun after the current contact. And then the first lead, which was just amazing. So Blank will be taking that win there. Let me get my bracket back up. I'm used to too many screens. So Shadows and Blank moving on to the grand final. And now we have our losers bracket. The winner of this will go on to battle for first and second place. If not, they will be going to third place. So we have Hogue and Smokey, a very, very deadly combo up against Nico and Hikari. Again, very deadly deal. Honestly, every team today has been nothing but aggressive driving and driving amazing. So excited. So we got Hugo. So this is a battle we've seen a few times. Walking Hogue up against Nico Stalia. See what happens.
The drivers have been super hungry, leaving some stuff on the table. I know Nico wants it. I know all 4 of them want it. This unique team format. Have we tried something a little bit like this before, or to take in the win on that one? These are only teams of 2. I love that we've got like pros and then guys.
Yeah, right.
Guys.
No, that's a cool idea.
That's such a cool idea. On his birthday, Die coming up with that.
There's Die's birthday, just coming up with it. It's easy peasy, man.
And Nico. Talk about 2 guys who are really familiar with each other, of Joaquim Hogue and Nico Stalia. They've seen battle before. They're about to see battle again here at the Texas Motor Speedway from Dreamhack Dallas with Esports Church Association and Shadow Affirmative Power Equipment as Nico Stalia in the chase position. Joaquim Hogue, nice outer line, nice and smooth. Nico going to go a little bit shallow and then push right to the door of Joaquim Hogue. There's nothing in between these 2. They are door to door, wheel to wheel as through the outer zone. Oh, Joaquim, big angle. Nico's got nothing for it, but the line is all over the place for Joaquim. Nico's got nowhere to go. Joaquim's gonna
Joaquim had I've seen that happen before. Sometimes your front suspension will bind in a strange way. That is a mechanical failure.
I've driven his car before for media day, and that happens.
Yeah, go and you get
when it gets to that big angle, it just does not want to come back. And I don't know if it's because Nico bumped in there with his rear of his car.
Consistently throwing more and more angle throughout the run, and I think that he just got himself to the limit where he couldn't do it anymore. So we're gonna see here as now Nico Stalia in the lead. Joaquim Hogue gonna have to take his 5-minute mechanical really quick. Gonna get him up to the line in the chase, and we'll see we're gonna have to see what the judges think about that, and then B, how this second run goes. And again, I'm excited both ways.
Once again, the crowd's hyped. They're hyped. They're having a good time.
Everyone's here in Dallas having a good time.
Everyone's here in Dallas having a good time.
Let's get them here ready to go.
Yeah, I think just get the tires. It's only fair. So we're going to get Nico some new boots.
Get all of them up here. There they go.
Joaquim with some new boots. Going to warm them up.
And you can tell these 2 have driven together a fair bit in competition with how aggressive they were with each other.
Nico's chase
Nico was
nuts.
on
They didn't even let them rerun it. They're going to let them rerun it. We're going to get that again.
Okay, here we go. So the suspension broke mid-run, independent on transition, not due to contact. So
Papadakis, we fixed it in 10 seconds. There we go. Good start. Joaquin maybe a little bit shallow, but gets into that outer zone. Nico Stelio once again, right on the door. It's crazy to say this, but maybe just a little bit farther back than he was before. Joaquin Hogue, not afraid of that outer zone. Big angle from the BMW. Can he pull it off here again? He can, but Nico Stelio will not be denied door to door as these two professionals cross the line.
There we go. Looks really, really good. Both drivers, the lines that we expected them to run, but just with the proximity and confidence and how quick Nico got up to Joaquin on those transitions, I think that there might be some space between these cars on this run, and it's not anything Joaquin can do, as Joaquin gets the biggest run up possible. And again, Nico just getting there, settling on in at angle. Joaquin having to cut the line some to catch on up. And as soon as he does, he washes back out. And again, Nico can just open up that gap, almost an entire car length, not even width there. And here we go, as the track starts to tighten on up, Joaquin Hogue catching on to the door. Nico Stelio, there we go, getting the proximity that he's looking for and across the line. Honestly, what a battle. I don't know how you could really give it to anyone but Nico Stelio with how he drove in that battle. But again, the judges have a different look. Nope, we already got a call. Nico Stelio with the win. There we go. And both drivers stoked, doing donuts, just having a good time. And honestly, in an event like this where they are both stoked, there's not any points on the line here. There's nothing. This is just a good, fun event. Doing a rerun like that in a position of a mechanical failure like that, it's worth the rerun. Everyone wants to have fun.
That's what I was trying to get into saying. It's just, would that have happened in a competition where we were actually awarding like spots and prizes?
There'd be a discussion.
Maybe. But you know, we're just here for fun. We're trying to put on a show for either you guys at home, people watching here, show off sim drifting. We don't want it to end like that. They don't want it to end like that. Ended up not mattering. Nico taking the win. Joaquin going out fighting. Awesome from the watch lead run. Super big angles, but we are moving on. Content creator side. So if Smokey can get it done here, it'll be OMT
up against Hikari, and both drivers have been a little bit on the slower side, but have both been driving very smooth, very clean, very consistently. So I think we're about to see another close battle here as we are getting ready to go here. And Smokey out in the lead, Hikari in the chase, and here we go. Great angle from both drivers. Hikari really trying to sneak up on that door. A little bit of a wobble that we've seen from them in every run so far. Again, just settling on in, getting it right. Smokey, smooth as possible as we are getting on through here again. Through the final transition, Hikari diving in. Smokey unfazed by that giant R35 coming at him, going on in. Man, Smokey's looking as smooth as liquid ice, man.
Again, I think just took all of his first runs and has slowly been working his mistakes out. Hikari, same issue. Second outer zone or third outer zone, just cutting it a little bit shallow to make sure Smokey doesn't get away from him. Let's see what Hikari can do in the lead. He's going to need basically a 100-point run here to be able to make up for the deficit, but Smokey has been so good in the chases all day. Can you see right here in that outer zone, maybe a little bit shallow than Smokey, but still in the box, getting the job done. Hikari's trying to spit the car out, maybe run away, but Smokey has got him by the throat. He's gotten him by the leash. He is not letting him go anywhere. Nice solid lead run from Hikari, maybe a little bit fast off that outer zone, a little tippy tap, but among friends. But Smokey, especially when it comes to our content creators, dialed in.
Smokey again, and as you say, dialed in again. We know it's so dialed in. The judges agree. So there we go. So Smokey wins and Nico wins, and you know what that means? Smokey versus Nico.
It's going to be Smokey's biggest test of the day. So the way we've been doing it is if one driver from one team wins and one driver from the other team wins, we put the two winners against each other. So now Smokey gonna have to take down one of the highest, the fastest rising. I wouldn't even say he's rising anymore. One of the biggest stars in sim racing or sim drifting. You know, he's got tons of seat time in the sim. He's got seat time in real life now. But Smokey has just been, man. There's something about drifting. It's just if it's your day, there's nothing that can stop you.
Yes, it's amazing. It's just amazing, and we are gonna get him up to the line here. Nico and Smokey, Nissan versus Toyota. I'm excited to see this battle. And again, all the battles have been surprisingly close. Really, all of the content creators, they threw down up against a lot of these pro drivers. And again, it's a whole different type of driving generally if you're focused on content creation as opposed to I am grinding every day to do this competition. So Again, big shouts out to people like Smokey, who's out here. So Nico in the lead, Smokey drift in the chase. We are going to see what happens here as Smokey gets a good jump out of the gates. Nico, big angle going on through here, looking great. Smokey catching on up, a little bit of a tap, but Nico unfazed. Nico with nothing but an amazing lead. Smokey putting a little too much angle on and losing that speed and that proximity as Nico, again, unflappable as normal. Smokey looking very, very good, but there are a little bit of small mistakes in that chase. I couldn't really see anything major in the lead, so right now, I'm thinking a small advantage to Nico Stelia, and we've seen how he's been chasing today.
For Smokey, the first real dings in his armor all day in the chase position. Just a little. Nico's the only one who's really challenged it on speed too. So he just pulled away just a little bit. Smokey had to make some sacrifices. Nico has been dialed in the chase as well. So Nico in the chase position now. The Spanish wonder child. Let's see if he can take down one of the drivers with the most momentum. Great start for Nico Stelia right on the door of Smokey, but Smokey has cleaned up his lead runs all day, but now he's at a deficit. Are we going to see the big angle from Smokey drift here in the lead? Of course we are, but Nico Stelia right there, matching door to door. It looks like a kid playing with his Hot Wheels. Right there in the chase position is Nico Stelia is proving us right.
Yeah.
And saying that I'm not up and coming. I am not a rising star. I'm here.
And not leaving it in the judges' hands whatsoever. Nico Stelia taking the win there, moving his team into the finals. So now, what a battle we're about to have here. And I'm going to point out a few things about this. So first, Shadows and Blank. Shadows has been, you can't, like, there's nothing else to say besides he's been driving perfectly all day. With Blank as well. Blank has gotten lucky a few times, but has been throwing down up against Nico Stelia and Hikari. Hikari driving smooth and just driving well. Nico Stelia again, driving amazing. But we got to keep in mind, Shadows and Blank have not lost yet today. So if Nico Stelia and Hikari win this first battle, it goes again. But so Hikari, they're on their last life, if you will. So let's see what happens here as we're gonna have Blank up against Hikari. So stoked.
Yeah, I think this is a bit of a mountain for Hikari to climb. Obviously been driving solid today, but had some issues, especially in the chase position, just maintaining the line. What Hikari needs to do now is have the speed, but not lose it on his line. That has been the issue for Hikari today. If he can do what he's been doing in chase, but stay on the lead line and the proper line, he's going to give it to Blank. Blank has been struggling in the chase today. So both of them kind of having the same issue, Joe.
As here we go. Blank in the lead, Hikari in the chase. Oh no, Blank settling in, Hikari throwing it in, but we know how these Mustangs go. As soon as they lock in, they get going. But Hikari showing that R35 might be able to keep on up very well, tucking in very, very nicely, slowly throughout the run, through the final zone. Hikari getting right in the door, a little bit of contact, a lot bit of contact, bumping Blank off the wall. It didn't look like Blank slowed down.
No.
We'll have to take a look at it again.
It was tough. Yeah. You saw Smokey got gapped there. Or not Smokey, I'm an idiot. You saw Hikari get gapped there quickly and then really need to push. I think what only happened there is Blank just didn't pull the angle. He was a little bit wide. Hikari pulled in and had the right line and the right speed. That's going to suck.
Man, yep.
Hopefully, because that could be my pee break. But that's we'll have to see how the second run goes. But it's going to come down to that last corner. Blank was a little bit wide. Didn't have the angle that he's been running all day in that last corner. And then Hikari, basically the opposite issue. Again, he got that outer zone that he's missed all day, barely. But did cause the contact. So it's all going to come down to where the judges say, hey, Blank was wide. He's off pace a little bit. Hikari also has a break.
Yeah.
Could have used the break. That is going to be in the judges' hands here, as I think. Why are we, I'm not,
there we go, we're getting the bag, we're doing the little shuffle, you know. There we go, Hikari in the lead, Blank in the chase. I have a feeling, I just have a feeling that Blank is going to play it real safe right now. And Hikari's going to do everything they can. So here we go, Hikari in the lead, Blank in the chase. Hikari again with a great initiation. Has been smooth the entire time. Blank getting really close, almost having to dive out of it to get out of the way. But again, I think that was a little too aggressive for how much the cards are stacked in his favor. And here we go. Blank trying to say, no, judges, I don't want it in your hands at all. And throwing himself into the wall. Again, both drivers, we might.
Waiting for that all day. You saw it there in the first corner. Blank went a little bit shallow and then pushed out wide, caused the gap to open. Fell for the trap here at Texas. It's so common. You see it all the time in real. I think Matt Field jumped his Corvette here the last time FD went to Texas. Exact same place, exact same mistake. Went in a little bit shallow on the line. Makes you go out wider and then into the wall, as Harold McKinney would say.
Yep. As Hikari does take that win there, even with the contact and everything else, that was lead of the chase. And then Blank, though, just zeroed out a run. So Blank had 2 zeroed runs, and Hikari had a little bit of blame and another zeroed run. So therefore, we are moving on. Hikari takes the win here, but now here we go. We got Smokey up, not Smokey. Oh my God, there's so many S names. Nico up against Shadow. Oh my gosh, my brain is fried at this point.
Yeah, it's been a long weekend for us here on the Sunday. We've been here since Wednesday, put the work in Thursday and Friday. We met so many people, introduced so many people to sim drifting. It's been a heck of a weekend. Thanks you all for joining us as we reach the conclusion of our event.
So here we go. So Stalia with the advantage going into this battle as well. So if Stalia can win this, they go again. If Shadows can win this, Hikari goes up against Shadows. And it'll be an OMP, if you will, in that situation. Yeah. So 6 Shadows in the lead, Nico Stalia in the chase. What a great battle I think we are about to see. And we are off. Nico Stalia in the chase. 6 Shadows in the lead. Big angle. And here we go. Nico Stalia falling off a little bit sick again with the same lead run he has done all day. Nico Stalia leaving a little bit of room, but almost none between the bumpers on the transition, coming on through, leaving now more space as 6 Shadows just doing exactly what he has to do, exactly what he needs to do for that lead run. And again, if he's been chasing how he's been chasing all day, I can see him doing very well here.
Nico's biggest threat in the chase position all day. Really, I think we saw one mistake from Slick. Nico's only issue, need more angle in the chase position. Need more angle, but we could be able to prove it in the lead here right now. Run number 2, Nico needs to win this. Big angle, a little bit of a, okay. I was going to say, big angle from Nico, a little bit of a wonky initiation from Slick. Contact being made, and well, welcome to the judges panel as our drone up over here, probably the best shot of the day on the wall. Again, thank you to everybody from the Shadow Realm team for helping us out with the production side on here. It's been awesome to work with you. It's the first time, one of the first times I'm talking to them in person. No.
Yeah, we did it, Lenny.
It's been a long weekend.
Well, in my opinion, having watched a little bit of the delay, it seems Nico threw it in, was consistent as he's been all day, and Sick just couldn't keep the car behind him. Just had a little bit too much grip, was fighting it as much as he can. So we'll see here. But again, a reminder, if Nico takes this win, we get to see the battle again. So if I was Sick, if I was Shadows, I would not be too worried about just throwing it in super aggressive like that once. You almost have a lifeline here. You can do it again. You get a do-over. So why would you not, right? Why would you not? If the judge is taking a look at it, making sure that they understand what actually happened versus what we think happened, we will see.
As you said, Joe, that's the perk of the double elimination format. Is in the grand final. If you are from the losers bracket and you beat the team that won the winners bracket, it resets everything, and then it's go big or go home. Winner take all. So Nico Stalia trying to get this win to reset the bracket and have a chance to make the run through losers.
We do have a call
all the way. We have a call, and what is going to go?
Nico takes the win. So let's do it again. Let's line them up.
Again, I think that was less Nico beating Slick and Slick beating Slick.
Yes.
Just getting a little aggressive. He's known Nico has been, the momentum has almost shifted. Remember how we said Smokey had all that momentum and all that good vibe behind him? Nico now is going to be the one that has that momentum. He's cleaned it up. Just, the only issue that Nico's had all day, more angle in the chase.
Yep.
That's it. I mean, I say that, but he's about to compete to win Dreamhack Dallas here with
I'm
ESDA
so excited.
and Shadow Realm here with Furman Power Equipment. Did the job for his team, but he tricked him with a broken leg, though. He put the team on his back, though. Just the best that he can to try and give himself a shot to win overall as the bracket has reset.
As it should have. I'm having a discussion with one of the judges right now. So we're getting ready. I'm sorry, I'm bad at typing and talking at the same time.
Again, thank you to all of our supporters. We have 2 rigs here supported by Moza Racing and Next Level Racing. So for those who have been here this weekend, we have a racing rig and a drifting rig. So it's been awesome to showcase both of those sides. Obviously, you buy a wheel, the first thing you're probably going to do is race, but then be able to show off that there's so much more to do with the equipment that Moza and Next Level provide. Kohler Works is a brand new partner for us as well. How could we forget Furman Power Equipment?
So,
they're the ones keeping the lights on, theoretically and hypothetically. But Joe, you have an update for us.
We do have an update.
Hey, team
So
group. Don't get team group.
There will not be a second run for this. That was the final. So Nico Stelia and Blank do take the win. Not Hikari and Stelia take the win. They get first. In second, we will have Shadows and Blank. And third, we got Joaquim Hogue and Smokey. Very great driving from everyone today. Really.
Yeah, Smokey, I think, was the surprise of the day. Smokey came out of the gate real strong. Going to be walking away with the podium. Nico Stelia as well. Again, I don't think he's officially won anything.
Yeah.
He's podium before, but this would be, I know it's a little bit of a unique format, the first time Nico Stelia was on the top step of the podium for the Esports Drift Association. So take a bow, Nico Stelia. You're going to have to get some more sparkling cider because you are a winner with the Esports Drift Association. And let's not forget his teammate Hikari did a solid job all week, or a solid job all round. And again, it all came down to the mistake from Slick, which was a well-deserved second place.
If you can keep on talking about our lovely sponsors while I get some clarification.
I was letting the crowd cheer. There's some popular schmucks behind us doing some stuff. But again, thank you as I was cut off there quickly, thank you to Team Group, brand new sponsor for us this year. Awesome to have someone from the PC space and be able to support the rigs and stuff that help make these sims run. Again, thank you to everybody. I've said it before. I'm saying it 100 times. Thank you to everybody at Shadow Realm. This would not have been possible without them. The judges as well. I know Brady's in there. Who's judging today? Brady Siwa and... He's typing. It's fine. Thank you to Furman. Got cut off really quickly. Furman brought us out in Atlanta. They brought us out here in Dallas. If it wasn't for Furman Power Equipment, I know the power's been out here basically all week here in Dallas. So if you need a heck of a power pack and a heck of a power bank, go check out Furman Power Equipment. They've got your needs in more than whether it's camping, RVing, off-roading, anything you really need some power, where there isn't any. You're going to want Furman's the name in the game. We ended up giving away a 0E this weekend, valued at $2,000. That was awesome. That whole saga was great. That's why you come to our booth here at Dreamhack. But there are your winners, Nico Stelia and Hikari, the top set of the podium here in our pros. I don't want to say pros, but pros and content creators bracket here at the 2v2, which was a lot of fun to watch.
Yep. Well, thank you again so much, and thank you for stopping on by. And I think that is it for the day. Live from Dreamhack. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.